All right, today we're gonna make bone broth. I have some chicken thigh bones from some chicken thighs I deboned. And I'm gonna fill this up with water and boil them to clean them real quick so it can have a nicer, clear broth. All right, we're gonna post this on medium-high heat until it boils and these turn brown. All right, now that this is boiled, we are going to turn it off and let it cool down so we can rinse the bones off. All right, we're going to drain these bones and wash this pot, and we're gonna clean the bones and brew this shit again. All right, now that we cleaned the bones and we added some fresh water, we're gonna go ahead and add an onion, some garlic, a carrot that I'm just gonna like split to pieces, and of course the inside of the celery because I want it to have some flavor. And we're gonna go ahead and season it with salt, black pepper, cumin seeds, and either fresh or dried thyme. And we are going to let this simmer for about 12-ish hours. All right, so about 12 hours-ish into the simmer, I went ahead, took out all the aromatics and vegetables. I left the bones at that point. You could tell it's starting to get a little thick, which is exactly what we want. And I'm going to go ahead and try to take out as much of this stuff as possible. I'm also going to keep the bones in there and hope they disintegrate for like 12 more hours. Alright, so our bone broth is done. And I took the bones out, and we're going to go ahead and see how thick it got. Well, shockingly, it feels quite thick. But we're going to have to cool it down and freeze it to see if it actually gelatinizes or not. So we will let it cool down. Alright, so this is the broth. Unfortunately, it did not gelify. I think next time we're going to have to do more bones and some chicken feet. But it is kind of like, how do I put it? It's very thick. So, failed attempt. We will try this again at some point, but you will more than likely see a perfected recipe from me before you see another attempt.